As usual, always amazed by how fast things get here when Tony sends it out. Anthony Tsang out in Hong Kong is a wizard when it comes to 1/6 scale shenanigans. He's got the magic touch. Um, but thank you, Tony. This is special because it's only the second time I've ever had two figures come at the same time. There's only been one time I ever did that before, like 7 years ago or something. The very first Heath Ledger Joker figure that Hot Toys did, the one before the DXL one and the Bank Robber Joker. The Joker they did first off that didn't have a very good head sculpt. I got that one, and I got the Dark Knight line Batman Begins figure with the Joker that same time. So this is the second time I've ever had two figures at the same time, so it's really exciting. Get to open up one figure knowing that there's another one waiting to be opened as well. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Tony, and awesome job with the packaging, man. This is very safe. Let's get to it.
Oh, snap. Got me a secret base bag. Thank you, Tony. You get this out one-handed. Is that going to happen? I don't think. Oh, is it? Oh,
That's nice, isn't it? Look at that. Secret base.
secret base. They got a secret base?
That's cool. I like that. That's nice. Thank you, Tony. That's didn't have to do that, but he did.
That's why he's the Tony.
That's why he's Tony. Tony.
Thank you, sir.
Keep that safe. Whew, got the first one out of all the bubble wrap. I mean, these were wrapped up in layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of bubble wrap, so super safe. The first thing that strikes me about this box, by the way, it's Predator 2, awesome, is the sharp corners and just the freshness of it. It's really super fresh. Usually when, in my experience, Hot Toys sort of shrink wrap stuff, it's not as tight as this. It's usually quite a kind of loose wrapping, but this is snug. This reminds me of that Gangster's Kingdom Butcher figure when I got that off Alex McPhee. Sorry, Alex, I'm just got Tony on the mind right now. But yeah, when Alex McPhee sent me his Gangster's Kingdom figure, it came in very tight, shrink wrap like this. Anyway, super fresh, really, really, really fresh. That's the only way I can really describe it. I like this box. Heard people call this boring. But I mean, what do you want? It's supposed to be classy, high end. If you go too busy, it's just gonna make it look tacky. That's a nice box, people. That's one down. Okay, got this one all unwrapped as well, and as you can see, it's Elder Predator. Now we'll talk about that in a sec. But see how it's different? This one isn't as sort of tight and as clean as the other one. This is a different kind of shrink wrap situation. But yeah. The Elder Predator. Now, obviously, there was a version 1 Hot Toys Elder Predator that's been out for years now. It was very, very sought after, very expensive. If you could find it on eBay, people would charge a lot of money for it. It was using the older bodies. I, along with quite a few other people, said in the past that it had a more accurate head sculpt from this. So I'll see when I see it in person now. To be honest, I've watched quite a few videos, and this head sculpt does look really, 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 really good. And there is a little fact behind the Elder Predator that probably not a lot of people know about, and I'll talk about that in a little while, but it's very interesting facts about this particular Predator and why he looks the way he does and stuff. So yeah, thank you, Tony. Really, really, really super service. They're mint condition. The edges are absolutely like razors. Everything's just been packed up so well. There's so much bubble wrap around me right now. Yeah, thank you, Tony, honestly, man. And let's get to it. Let's get these open. Which one am I going to open first? I think I'm going to save him for last. I'm going to go to the City Hunter. I'll give you guys a quick look at him before I fully take him out. That's him resting in his place of dwelling for however long he's been asleep, waiting to come to me. Don't forget about the pixel madness, new camera, soak it up, it's going to be good. I'm going to be bringing you the goodness. Anyway, moving on. Okay, and here he is, right out of the box, not posed at all. I've literally just put him on the stand, haven't done anything to him, and I have to say, He is a very impressive figure. Very menacing, and I can only imagine how much more menacing he's going to look once he's got all his bits attached to him and he's posed up and he's got a bit of life in him. It really is quite a beastly looking piece. Look at those eyes. Look at that. I told you I was going to bring you the madness. Look at that. I like the dreads. Andre Xenomorph, the reviewer, has recently done a cool mod with his Predator dreads. He got these little beads that you can put on, because these painted beads, they will fade over time. But these cool custom beads that Andre's got hold of don't fade, obviously, so I have to look into that. But anyway, let's move on to the Elder. I'm only going to show just a brief bit of this guy for now. I'll show you the proper first impressions once I've actually handled them a little bit. And that's him out of the box. Little size comparison with RoboCop. That's how that looks. Okay. Yep. Probably going to end up either having the severed arm on display or always having this arm bent so that you can't see that, because that is pretty hideous. I wish they had at least painted that part. You can see there's like no paint. Look at that zoom. I just didn't even mean to zoom in that much. But you can see how they haven't painted anything on that joint. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. But anyway, I can always try and do something with that. Let's go and open up the Elder. And here's the Elder. And he looks quite funny. Not in a bad way, just that expression, which is accurate, because I always remember when I was a kid, when I first saw Predator 2, I always remember that when the camera pans up, when you really see him for the first time, and he's holding onto the chain around his neck, he has got a very cheeky look on his face, like, you done fucked up, didn't you? Like he's saying to Danny Glover, you fucked up. Yes, but anyway, it's looking awesome. There is a bright LED shining in his face, so he might look a bit washed out. Let me zoom in. Let me give you some of that zoom action. Look at that. Yeah. Even more. Yeah, look at those eyes. All the beads and stuff. Really impressive. But yeah, a very long time coming, this figure, for me. I've wanted an Elder Predator since I very first got into the whole Hot Toys thing, which was way back before any of these new bodies ever came along. Years and years before that. Me and my buddy Nick, we got into Hot Toys before the Dark Knight line first came out, so that was a good while ago now. And we always wanted one of these. And it's finally here. A cool gun. All his blades and stuff. Anyway, enough of him in the box. We'll quickly put him on the shelf. And then later on, I'll give you some first impressions. I'm not going to do that just yet, because it's way too early for me to give you any opinions other than that they look very cool. So let's get to it. And here he is out of the box, and he is very impressive. His dreads are very soft and squishy. I did hear that in some previous reviews that I'd seen, but I wasn't expecting them to be as different in sort of feel to those ones as they are. These ones are very, very squishy indeed. Now, let's talk about something to do with the Predator 2 Elder likeness thing. Now, Stan Winston Studios, the guys who make all these Predator suits all through the movies. I'll come back to and talk about this more soon. Anthony Tsang in Hong Kong a good while ago. He saw one of my videos where I was talking about this Endoskull. And I mentioned Stan Winston and how much I loved all his work. And Tony sent me a message on Facebook asking me if I had this book, The Winston Effect. And I said, no, I didn't. I was always planned to get it, but I just never got around to it. And he replied and said, well, you got it now because I've bought it and I've ordered it for you. It's on the way. Which was incredible. So thank you, Tony. I will do another video on this book and go through it all and talk about my favorite bits soon. And thank you properly. But the reason I want to show this... that damn torch is shining on the page. But if you pause it here and read that, you will see, and I've known this for a while and haven't heard many other people mention it in the reviews of this figure, The Elder Predator 2 is basically what the original Predator from the first movie would look like if he hadn't have died and got old. Because the Elder Predator was built onto the original suit, or the original head at least. This head is the Predator 1 head that they've added the quills, changed some structural stuff, broke a tusk, changed the dreads. But what the Elder Predator 2 is in the movie is the original Predator aged. So if you can look at that face and see the original Predator, but an older version, then Hot Toys have done their job. Now, whether that's the case at the moment, I really can't say because it is too new, it's too fresh, I need some time with it. But that is what the Elder Predator is. He is an older version of the original Predator. It was a nice little kind of tribute for the guys at Stan Winston Studio. In the book, they said they enjoyed the fact that it was the original suit they were, building on top of to make this. So, but you can see the original Predator armor, same backpack, same shoulder armor, I think. Almost the same setup. This is different, and a few other bits and pieces. But it was interesting to read that in the book. So I'll end this video now, and I'll come back with the first impressions once I've had some time with these guys. Obviously, showcase videos are coming, and lots of other goodies and treats. I still want to go back and do a RoboCop versus T800 video. I think that would be cool. I've been busy working so much, I haven't had time to do anything like that, but I will get on the case soon. Sorry about that focus. Also intend to do a video very soon about this camera I'm using, so you guys can get a hold of one, find out what it is. But I don't want to just say it briefly. I want to go into the reason why I chose this and let you know some information. So that's coming soon too. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Tony. Amazing service. Very happy. More videos coming soon. See you guys later. I am just going to chuck this little bit at the end of the video because I have basically put on all the accessories now. And there was one particular simple pose I always wanted this figure to be able to do, or the one I wanted to sort of display him, sort of doing a simple pose. Was that scene in the film where you see him before this briefly, when he sort of first comes out of the invisibility cloak. But when the camera pans up and you first get a really good look at him, he's holding onto his little trophy around his neck, and he's kind of rubbing one of the skulls. Very wise looking and just kind of like completely unfazed by the fact that Danny Glover's there and what he's done. This Predator's seen it all. And that moment where it pans up and he's just kind of holding on to his necklace there. I really wanted it to be able to do that. And there's good posability in those arms, and he can do it, so that was very nice. See if we can get any focus. Yeah, more videos coming soon. Very happy. Two very cool figures. Sorry, I know I said I was going and it was the end of the video, but I just thought, what the hell, put the mask on the Pred 2. And wow. Look at the paint going on that bio helmet, bio mask, whatever you want to call it. Look at the age. That kind of greeny, see, it looks like it's really intense in certain places, and then you turn it and it kind of goes away. It's really, really impressive stuff. Let me zoom in. Let me give you some zoom action. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Look at the paintwork on that helmet. This guy's lived. He's been places. He's done stuff. Yeah, with the mask on, you can't beat that. I've seen the film. I know what he looks like. That right there with the mask on is Predator 2 all the way. Whatever I've said in the past, I gotta say, this is a very accurate looking piece. Right down to the thighs. Remember the scene where he's holding Willie's head and you see his thighs sort of close up as he's walking away or walking towards her? I can't remember which one it is, but they nailed that. Little details, man. Just the way that looks, that is so him. That is Pred 2. And as far as Elder goes, I can't really say so much about that. I'm going to have to go double check the film again. I can't wait to watch the film again now that I have these two. And when I do, I will, I'll let you know. Yeah, I am super happy, really impressed. Once that helmet's on, damn, he takes on a whole new thing. He's just, there's a force to be reckoned with right there. That is beast mode. Don't worry, real beast. I'm not taking anything away from you, but damn. Anyway, very, very cool.